A simple plan makes veggie gardening easier. You can do a sketch on a pad, or you can just take a napkin and lipstick for all I care. You just want to make sure that you put down any structures you want, like say raised beds. You want to make sure that you have any seating, if you want bench seating, or you just want to bring a chair out there. Know where your pathways are and mark all of them. Also, know your sun and shade patterns. How much sun you get in the morning versus the afternoon. You're going to want to put your veggies in the sunniest spot. And also think about it seasonally too, because the sun shines differently in March than it does in August. So you want those veggies to be in your sunniest location. You want to definitely label that. And you got to think about going year to year with crop rotation. So if I have my tomatoes in this bed this year, they got to rotate around to another bed the following year. So with a simple plan, it's easy to lay out your vegetable garden and know where everything's going to go and grow. Number one, chard. Chard is a good cold hardy crop that can grow anywhere in the country, beautiful and nutritious. Number two, cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes aren't as big as regular tomatoes, but they produce a lot more over a much longer season. Number three, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have a beautiful ornamental vine, and then at the end of the season, you can dig under and take out these tuberous roots. Number four, chili peppers. Chili peppers are usually smaller than sweet peppers, so they're easier to contain, great in containers and small spaces, and they produce over a long season as well. And then number five, bush beans. Unlike their pole cousins, you don't have to support these guys. You put them in the ground and they'll produce a plethora of beans right there at ground level. So you want to select seeds for the current year. That's going to make sure that the seeds are as viable as possible. Keep them in a dark, dry, cool place until you're ready to sow. When you're ready to sow them, soak them in water for about half an hour so they can swell up and get ready to germinate. Then you want to plant them in your seed tray or in the ground, just 2 times as deep as they are wide. So this seed is about 1/4 inch wide. It goes down about maybe 1/2 inch. You just keep planting, and after about a week, you should see success. You want to start out by selecting plants that are thick and full with good branching habits. After that, you want to be sure to have a good soil mix for them to go into. It needs to have a lot of amendments to be really rich for them. When you have your plant, you can feel free to plant it deep. You can break off any lower branches and just drop them on down in there. They'll grow extra roots and make up for that. You want to be sure to support them early. So when you first plant them, you make sure that you get your tomato cages, your stakes, and your string ready to make sure you have it good and supported from a young stage so that it grows into the cage and doesn't have to struggle and flop around. Also, you want to cover it with a red mulch. Red mulch has been shown to increase your harvest by about 20%. You want to water regularly and fertilize when you do. So water and fertilize on a regular basis. That will help prevent your blossom end rots and other diseases that hit tomatoes. And then as it's growing well and you start to get your flowers, you can start to pinch out some of these suckers on here to allow the flowers to ripen and get their fruit developed before they make more vine. That'll just give you a little faster production. And then the last tip is to harvest regularly. When they start coming off, you harvest and keep harvesting so they'll keep producing out flowers. And that way, you'll get more tomatoes than anybody on the block.